This is also a collaboration with LinkedIn on the platform side. Just explain why you're doing it.
Well, I recently had an experience where I had my third child, and it was fascinating because I received more personal congratulations and love than when I IPO'd Rent the Runway back in kind of 2021. And I started thinking about the fact that within the context of our culture, it is kind of part of the game that women feel more comfortable sharing their personal milestones and personal accomplishments than their professional ones. And given that we live in a world that the more senior you get in an organization, the more your ability to rise is based on your brand, the stories that you yourself tell about yourself and the stories that others tell about you. This is a campaign to encourage more women to feel comfortable sharing their professional accomplishments on a platform like LinkedIn where it matters.
Jen, as you know, and as I've disclosed on this program before, we are a Rent the Runway household. My wife is a long-time subscriber, user, customer of Rent the Runway. But I think back to a year ago when you were on the show, particularly in the summer of 2023, you cut back on incentives and discounts like this. And the logic you outlined at the time was that those new users or subscribers that sign up in the face of lower discount are likely to stay longer. So what's the strategy here with this incentive in the context of subscriber growth?
Our brand has always been known as really a power tool for working women. So one of the main reasons why someone signs up for Rent the Runway is to feel empowered and confident every single day at work. So the fact now that women are going to be referring their colleagues, their peers, their friends for an accolade that they recently deserve in their career and to receive a Rent the Runway subscription, we feel that this is exactly how we want to bring our brand kind of back into the universe and create momentum around our brand being a brand that supports professional women.
When I posted on social media you were coming on the show, a lot of people brought up Newly, and they point out that this is a younger platform, but it has more subscribers than Rent the Runway has. And they ask if you've learned any lessons from Newly and taken anything from their experience that you think you might now apply to Rent the Runway.
I think that it's incredible that a market that we created around renting clothes is now a real market in the US, that millions of women per year are renting fashion, subscribing to fashion, and there are different platforms and different choices that provide different kinds of designer brands and different aesthetics. Rent the Runway is about catering to a woman who is accelerating in her career, who also, wants to socialize, who is also traveling, who's trying to optimize her own time. So I think that really focusing in on who our core customer is, this campaign being a exemplifier of who that customer is a critical part of us continuing to grow and accelerate. I think Newly has done a really great job at targeting, a significantly younger customer than Rent the Runway.
Jen, what's the AI story with Rent the Runway?
So AI is really an important part of how women search for product on our site. We launched AI-enabled kind of search and styling earlier in the year that enable women to have a long tail use case, like what should I wear to the Taylor Swift concert, and to get back a whole host of suggestions that are kind of tailor-made for her. So you'll see us continuing to iterate on styling in general and search, because part of our platform is about offering discovery and enabling women to wear things that they wouldn't otherwise buy. So AI is really a perfect complement to that.
Jen, the final question from our audience. It's been tough for Rent the Runway. The shares have had a hard run. Would you consider taking the company private to go away and kind of go back to growth?
So our focus is on driving the business to free cash flow profitability and on making the right long-term decisions for this business. I think that what has really been proven out over the last few years is that rental is a real market. It is growing far quicker than the overall fashion industry. There's millions of women who now are comfortable and confident with signing up for a subscription to fashion. That was not the case even 5 years ago. And so it's our responsibility to ensure that this is a profitable, sustainable business and that we take advantage of the market that we're a part in creating.